What's good, R&B squad? This is Autumn Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new to this family, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. So, I have a couple messages that I need to deliver today. I was supposed to put out one of these messages earlier, but I do believe that I'm led to put out messages when someone needs them the most. So, somebody really needed this today. I'm going to get right into the first one. It came from a dream that I had, and as per usual, if you listen and some things pertain to your situation and other things don't, y'all know how we do it here. Eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what's for you, and leave the rest. I hope y'all are having a good Saturday, by the way. So here's the dream. In this dream, there were these two women, and one of them appeared to be trying to harm the other. At least in the first woman's mind, she felt like the second woman was trying to harm her, and the second woman was actually her mother. And she was convinced that this woman meant her harm, that her mother meant her harm. So they were in this house together, and she kept moving from room to room, trying to avoid her mother because she felt as though if she had any face to face interaction with her mother, it would result in her mother harming her. And so she tried to hide. And as she was hiding, I could feel this woman's emotions. There was a sense of, she felt betrayed. She also felt like there were a lot of things about the situation that she could not properly grasp or understand because this was her mother that was trying to harm her, or so she thought. Then at one point, the person who meant her harm enters the room. And at the same time, while this is going on, it's like someone is narrating a story. And the person who is narrating the story is talking about two women where one harmed the other, and how the woman who had been harmed allegedly thought that she was alone in the house on the day that she was harmed, but the other woman who harmed her had been there lurking all along. That's what the narrator was saying. And I focused on that for a little while, and then my attention reverted to what was happening between this woman and the person who came into the room. Now, the person who came into the room, she was fully expecting it to be her mother. She thought it was her mother that she had been trying to avoid and hide from all this time. But when the person entered the room and they were face to face, this was actually a woman who had previously meant her harm in waking life. This wasn't her mother at all. When I saw the realization of who the woman was, who it was that had been hunting her down, so to speak, I saw the realization dawn on her face, and I knew what she was thinking. And she was thinking, but this is an enemy that is known to me. This is somebody that I know wants to harm me. And all this time I thought it was my mother. And that was where the dream ended. Now, I didn't see her harm the lady. She didn't have the opportunity to harm her. That would have been at the point where I woke up out of the dream. But I guess the point that God was trying to make, he made it in just that short space in time. He allowed me to see what he wanted me to see. So let me go into the meaning of that. For someone, if this is for you, there is somebody that is very dear to you, possibly very close to you. It could be family. It could be somebody that you're romantically involved in or that you were romantically involved with. It could be a friend. And you are of the impression, for some reason, because of something that may have recently happened, that this person intends to harm you in some way. For some of you, that might look like actual physical harm. You may feel like you're in physical danger when it comes to this person. For others of you, it's emotional harm. You think that this person is trying to break your heart or trying to crush you, crush your spirit in some way, or trying to take something from you. And so you've developed this distrust for this person that once used to mean a lot to you, and they still mean a lot to you. You're reeling from this. You're struggling with the idea that this person may mean you harm. But let me tell you what it is. That person that you think means you harm, this person who means a lot to you, that's not who is trying to harm you at all. If something happened to you recently, if someone attacked you, you've been under attack recently and you did not know who attacked you, and you thought it was somebody that you loved and cared about, it's actually an enemy. It's somebody that you know is an enemy in waking life. And they tried to pass it off as if it was someone that you loved that did it. And I need that to sink in. Whoever this person is that harmed you, this is a known enemy to you, someone that you know does not like you, someone that you know would try to harm you. And in order to catch you off guard with their attack, they tried to make you believe that it was actually someone close to you that was trying to harm you. So let me tell you what this could look like. I'm just using this scenario as an example. You could have heard a rumor about you, or you could have heard something about you that was true that you shared with a loved one. And then you would think, okay, how did this information get out? This person is the only person that I told. This person who is close to me is the only person that I told. So how did this information get out in the open? And all fingers are going to point at that person that you told, whom you thought you could trust. When in reality, this enemy of yours got hold of the information somehow. They did some digging and they got hold of the information somehow, not from the person who loves you, but because they went and dug for info. And so now with the info that they got, they share that info with others. The information got back to you, and now it looks, for all intents and purposes, as if it's the person that you told, your loved one, who started revealing this private information to other people, when that's not what happened. So the intention of your enemy is to make you and this person that you trust or love become separated, to cause the two of you to no longer be able to be on agreeing terms or speaking terms. That's what they want, because most likely this person is either threatened by or jealous of this relationship that you have with this person that is close to you, or both. So that was the interpretation for that dream. Take a second look. If you're going through this and you think it's somebody, you've been under attack, you think it's somebody that you love that has been attacking you, somebody that you're close to that has been attacking you, take a second look. Everything is not as it seems. And that seems to be a running theme these days. This is something that I needed to talk to you guys about. Watch out for the smoke screens that the enemy is going to try to create, especially for those of you who are on the verge of some sort of breakthrough. So now, in a totally unrelated message, I heard the words short on bridesmaids and groomsmen. Short on bridesmaids and groomsmen. That's exactly what I heard. And when I sought the Lord about it, this could mean two things. God may have been telling you that it's your time to be married, and you may be doubtful of that. So you have not been planning. You have not selected who your bridesmaids are going to be yet. If you're a female listening to this, if you're a man listening to this, you may not have selected who your groomsmen are going to be. And so because of that, God is sending you a reminder that if you don't get on it and you don't start planning, you are going to be short on groomsmen or short on bridesmaids on the day of your wedding. So you have to start planning. The Lord has been letting you know that this is your marriage season, regardless of what it looks like around you, regardless of how doubtful you are, and you have not been getting ready. You're going to be caught without everything you need on your wedding day if you don't take heed to what God is saying to you. And then that can also mean for others, if it doesn't mean that, what it can mean is that you're supposed to have a small, intimate gathering where you don't have a lot of groomsmen, you don't have a lot of bridesmaids. It's possibly just you, your partner, and a witness, maybe 2 or 3 witnesses. And that's the interpretation for that. Now, for someone else, what do I have here? Oh, there is somebody left them, and they are now praying to what they consider to be goddesses to reunite them with this person. Now, mind you, the entities that they are praying to, that they refer to as goddesses, that's just what they call them to make themselves feel better about interacting with these things. But what they're interacting with, whom they're interacting with, are actually demons and the devil himself. But they call these demons and Satan goddesses to make them feel better about what they're doing, so that they don't feel so much like they're engaging in witchcraft. It's witchcraft, regardless of how they try to butter it up. So they're praying to these entities, these supposed goddesses, to try to reunite them with this person that they're estranged from. Now, you could be the person that they're estranged from, or it could be somebody that you're currently seeing or somebody who's interested in you. This person, or if it's you and you're going through this, you've already left this person behind. You have already parted ways with them. You do not intend to go back, Or if this is your person, they've already parted ways with this ex. They do not intend to go back, but this ex is determined on either getting you back if you're the one in this situation, or getting your person back if they're the one in this situation. And they're going all out, including praying to entities to try to reunite with you or with your person. But here's the thing about that. When you call out to anyone at all, it's Almighty God that you're calling out to, the one and true living God. You don't call out to entities. And it's the same thing with your person. When they call out to anyone in prayer, it's always Almighty God. It is not some entity, some goddess or whatever, some demon or whatever it is. So what you are asking the Lord for, or what your person is asking the Lord for, because the two of you are praying for each other, you're praying for each other. This individual and whatever goddesses they're praying to, they're not even remotely close to being ready for what they're up against. They're up against the Lord himself. And these demons are no match for the Lord. Demons bow before the Most High God. So they're fighting a losing battle, but God just wanted y'all to know what they were up to and what you need to pray against. So I hope that this message was insightful to somebody. I love you guys. I hope it blessed someone. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.